Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Now we've run out of priority subs, so I'm going to get some bands out that I put into the queue. I've pulled some bands out of my hardcore queue today. We got 5 bands to check out, which is a lot, but some of the tracks are quite short, so we're going to get through it in about normal time. We'll get straight into it today. This band is called The Last Charge. The track is called One Last Dance. Let's get it on the screen, give it a spin. Cool. Nice deepness to that guitar tone. Got some beat down in these guys. Yeah. Ooh. I wanna see your fucking dance. One more time. I want this moment in my heart. Running clock. One more life. The fake is burning deep inside. Let me know that you have me by myself. Nice bassiness to this mix. Love the group vocal, gives extra heaviness to the mix. Sick. Really enjoyed this one, man. Great energy in this track. Loads of different sections, loads of mix-ups, big breakdowns and slamming parts. Yeah, dope. Love the heaviness of this mix. Just a big bassy low end to this mix, which can't always be said for hardcore. It's a different kind of sound for the hardcore bands, but man, it works nicely. Gives it a chunk, just gives it that bassy rumble as well. And the group vocal in there just added extra heaviness and weight to the mix as well. So when you had all that going on, it had a real nice fatness to this track. Yeah, really dope. We'll have to get these guys back on the channel. That was great. Now this next few bands are a bit shorter tracks, so I threw them all in together. This is Scary Hours. Their track is called Normal's Not New. Yep, this one's a bit quiet. Crank it up. Got some cool bass in this one, not as deep and low, it's got a good tone to it. This is maybe a one-man band. bass cutting through the mix, doing its thing. Yep, there you go. That's just the outro. Cool. I would have kept that energy going just a little bit longer. Now, I'm not sure if this guy's a one-man band or not. Let's see if it tells us on here. Here's what the front man says, so I'm not sure about that. But just the one guy in the video, which makes me think it's a one-man band. If it is a one-man band, really cool to see a one-man hardcore band, which is something you really don't see very often. It's just not really a genre that you get one-man bands in very often, so it'd be cool if it is. The only thing I'd say about this one is the mix came out a bit quiet for some reason on YouTube, and it just affected the whole mix in general because it lost its punch. The drums didn't have a kick to them because they seemed a bit quiet in the mix. So I don't know if that was just an error on YouTube's part. But if it wasn't, I would say look to get some bit more punch in your drums, because I think that's what was lacking from this track, really. And maybe take some cues from the first band as well in terms of cranking up the low end of the bass, because you could hear the bass nicely in the mix, but it was more the mids of the bass cutting through. And I think it would have been nice to get a bit more bassiness and thickness like we had in the first band in there. Cool track though. Let's move on to this next band. The next band is called Kin Corruption. They're on the Hardcore Worldwide channel. This track's called First to Lust. Here we go. Oh, bit more bass. Cool. Cool. Again, on this one, I think they could take some tips from the first band in terms of the low end of the bass. We can hear the gristle and grind of the bass nicely, but I like the sound of the first band and the thickness that they had, and that was just because they had more low end. We are the enemy, there be peace, only if we go and sing. We are the enemy, there be peace, only if we go and sing. Dope. Love the breakdowns to the bass in this kind of music, again with the group vocal, which just sounds great in hardcore. Great jump up energy, and then breaking it down into some breakdowns. Yes, dope. Now I'm not sure if this guy's a one-man band or not as well. Just getting one dude in the video for some reason. Can't see, but these guys are from Greece by the looks of things. Pretty cool. Let's move on to this next band. This is Filth is Eternal. Their track is called On the Rake. Well for the bass sounds today. Yeah, now these guys are a bit chunkier again. Loving the tings on the road. Cool. Ah, that's the end of that one. Really short one. How long was that? Just 1 minute 20 on that one. Wow, nice energy in this one. These guys had a nice thicker sound with more bassiness, and I do think in modern hardcore, bringing in the bass, making it thicker in that way is a good way to kind of separate yourself from that more early 2000s hardcore sound, which didn't really have a lot of bass. A bit more like the third band that we had in the kind of sound. So I do like it in this more modern hardcore to get more of a thicker, chunkier bass tone, which just makes the whole track just chunkier and heavier. I think it's something that they used to miss out back in the day. Now we're going to finish off with this last band. This track's a bit longer at 3 minutes. The band is called Teeth. The track is called Voodoo Priestess, which is a cool name. Let's check it out.
4 horsemen of the apocalypse has arrived. It's a biblical bill of reckoning. We're all so fucked. Neither the work to make it, nor has been set free. Empty my soul divided. I thought of only you. In every breath that moves, in every breath that moves. I met the love of my life. I met the love of my life on three strong ecstasy pills. And the most symbolic in a clear capsule now. Hard press, 1985 soul pain.
Go.
The world's been like breaks and beats and rain. The eye and the wrong. Slice of my back has built me whole. The subtleties of your arm. You are the absorption. Listening the hinge.
Yeah.
I can't wrap my head just to feel your noise. Feel the void. I take off my head just to hear your voice. The ground, my home.
Great guitar
We
tone.
all die lonely. We all die lonely. We all die lonely. We all die lonely.
Nice to get some blast beats.
I can't wrap my hands just to feel your noise. Feel the void. I take off my head just to hear your voice.
Nice guitar tone. I like the distortion on the vocal as well there. Sick. Roughs it up, dirties it up, sits it in with the guitars nicely. Wow, what a dope band those guys were. These guys had more of a modern sound. I think it's been cool today that we've had 5 different bands with 5 different sounds, 5 different mixes, 5 different guitar tones, bass tones, drum tones. The vocals have all been kind of similar, but that's because it's hardcore. So yeah, we've had a great mixture today of sounds and different ways that you can bring across the hardcore sound. I thought they've all ticked the box nicely. We had some really bassiness to start out, and then we thinned it up, went a bit more early 2000s with the sound, and then we've gone nice and modern with this last band with their thick, digitally typed guitar tones that really push their way down your ears. Had a great guitar tone, had a grind and a scratchiness to it as well. Went well with the panic chords and all of that stuff as well. A nice punchy modern sounding drums in this one. Vocal was really powerful as well. So yeah, it just shows how the modern mix has changed over the years, and how the hardcore sound as a result has changed over the years. Nowadays it's way more punchy, it's way more direct and straight down your ears sound, and usually got a lot more bass than you'd get back in the day as well. Sick. I'm glad we pulled out 5 bands today to check out, because it's given us a right mixture of different stuff to listen to. Thought all the bands have kicked ass, they've all had a great energy, they all sounded hardcore like you'd expect them to. Nice shouted, screamy, aggressive vocals, which is what you want to hear in this kind of music. Some nice heavy breakdowns to get into as well, which just never get old. So there you go, there's 5 super dope bands to check out. If you want to get your band on this channel, head over to the links in the description and make a submission. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow for some more cool bands. See you around, guys. Bye.